Hi guys, thanks for checking out this video. For this video, I've made my way out onto Jersey's northwest coast and I'm going to be using lures on the kayak. I'm heading out from Greve de Lec and I'm going to be looking to explore some of the coves like I did in one of my summer videos last season. So I'll be doing that this morning. The conditions are completely different. It's really swelly today. Well, swelly compared to last time. It looks really bassy though, so I'm eager to see how this session goes. But yeah, this is probably the choppiest I've ever been out on the kayak. So yeah, gonna take it easy today and see what the session brings. It's a nice paddle, this one. Really nice paddle. Nice and easy going there with the tide and coming back with the tide. Just my main concern is the swell. It probably doesn't look like much on the camera, but it is quite dicey. But that's what bass are going to be like in. Hopefully today there's a few. I'm more than likely going to check out the two spots that I tried last time and see if they're holding any fish. But you know, when water's coming over the nose of the kayak into the cockpit, then there's a little bit of chop, but it makes it that little bit more exciting, if anything. In quite deep water at the moment. You wouldn't think this close to shore it's like 60-70 foot. So what I'm going to do is actually chuck on a deep diving lure. I'm actually going to do a Savage Gear sand eel. Just chuck that there for now. Now I'm going to be paddling only about 2 miles an hour tops. So I've got my finder on there that will tell me how fast I'm going. All I'm going to do is just lob it out the back of the kayak a couple of yards, let out some line, and then chuck it in the rod holder and paddle for a bit. Like that. Should seal on the rod tip. There we go. It's rattling a little bit. Rattling nicely. And then what I'll do is I'll let out a little bit more line as we're going along. Do a couple of rows and then shut it. Make sure that drag's loose. There we go. And then just keep paddling. So if I can do that whilst I'm on my way to the other cove, then hopefully pick something up maybe. If not, at least we covered a bit of ground with a lure. Going a little bit quick at the moment because the tide's with us, but the tide will be with the fish as well, chasing that lure. So pretty much just want to be doing around 2 miles an hour. See that lure's working, so that's the main thing. I'm not going to get too close to this head here, but I'm going to try and run towards it a slight, not too much. It's only just there. It's a bit, don't want to get too close for comfort, but happy with that there. That rod's still banging away. We're still in about 60 foot of water. But with obviously the swell bashing on them reefs there might actually be a couple of fish a little bit higher up in the water column. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. And then just around this little bit of the bay here is that first little cove that I want to try, if it's accessible. It does look a little bit fishy, so it'll be worth a bash. You can see, look at this cave here. Don't want to get sucked into that. Won't be coming back out. Loads of them little features along this part of the coastline. Getting a little bit shallower now, so I've gone over ahead. So this is probably, if we're going to get something, it's going to be passing over this bit here. So I'm going to pick the pace up because I don't want the lure to be too deep. But I imagine if it's going to get something, it's going to be along this little stretch here. Remember, the lure's a couple of yards behind the kayak. And we're going the perfect speed, but it is hard to paddle in this. Second trip of the year. I suppose it's one way to get ready for the season. Come out in this. I'm surprised they didn't have a bite on that. But we're coming into that first cove, if you remember from one of my other videos, so perhaps worth chucking a lure in and around here. There's probably like 3 or 4 spots along here that I like doing. Just in here's that first little spot we're going to try. So I'll get in there. If I get anything in the meantime, I'll chuck it on the video, but I think what I'm going to do is get in there as quick as I can and get set up with the top water and see if I can get another bass on the top water this early in the year. So there's a couple of nice spots in and around here I could try. I did want to get a little bit further into this beach here, but I don't know if you can see there is quite a bit of chop. I don't want the swell to push me right onto the beach, so I might just try a couple of chucks with this Savage Gear sand eel here and then see how that goes. Maybe ping out a top water if I'm feeling lucky. Just trying a couple of chucks of a Savage Gear sand eel just before I go any closer into that bay bit, because I'll probably use top water in there because it's pretty shallow. So I've had a couple of chucks out here in these sort of little bits here, just as the just in the mouth of this little bay. Now going to go actually into the beachy part of it and chuck a lure around. I think I'm going to go for the Pachinko 140, I think. Let's get a top water on there. See how that goes. But this looks ideal. 22 foot. Worth a bash with the top water, that's for sure. Let's just move that out of the way. Certainly worth a cast. Just look at the side of it. It's a good cast. Might just change over quickly to a salvage gear. And just risk it for a biscuit casting this out there, you never know. Not going to let it sink too much. Oh, yes, there we go. So there are fish here. I don't think this is particularly big. Oh, it's not bad. There's two of them. There's another one following it that's bigger.
There's another one following it that's bigger.
Can you see that, guys? Look at that. Two of them fighting for the lure. Oh, this bay never fails. Not a bad one. Oh, I'm gonna have to paddle out this bay a little bit with a bass sat on my lap because I'm right on the rocks with this swell. There was a fish probably double the size of this, and I'm not making out like this is a monster or anything. This one's probably only about 3 pounds, but there was an absolute tank following it to the point where I thought I'd actually underestimated this fish and I'd hooked something pretty big. But I can assure you, this is the smaller of the two by a long shot. It was chasing the bass to try and get the lure out of its mouth. I've never seen anything like that, and I hope that comes out in the camera. Alright, I'm not wanting to keep this bass out of the water too long. I'm just trying to get to a safe area where I can give you a quick look at it on the camera. Let's get you unhooked, mate. That was a cracking take, that. Not a bad fish though. Alright, mate, alright. There we go. He's in hedgehog mode. But yeah, that's an absolute belting little cast, that. Two fish chasing the salvage gear sand eel. And that's the result, the smaller of the two. I reckon he's still in there, so I'm going to get back in there. Nice little session so far, and worth getting out in this swell, I think. So I'll chuck him back and hopefully get the other one, the bigger one. He looked about 5-6 pounds, so looking forward to that. Right, you ready, mate? I think you're ready to rock and roll. Off he goes. Hey. Well, that was definitely worth coming into this little bay. I knew it would hold fish at some point, but I didn't think today I'd actually be able to fish it when I was paddling out. It looked a little bit sketchy. All around me, on like anywhere that's slightly like bassy, or somewhere where you'd look to be targeting bass, is like bang on. So yeah, like out in front of me now, there's waves just smashing absolutely everywhere, and it's going to get even choppier when the tide drops a little bit. The reefs are going to become exposed, and it's just going to be absolute carnage. So not looking forward to landing the kayak, but looking forward to maybe getting perhaps another couple of fish. So going to head back in that bay and try and get my my money's worth while I'm out. Oh, I'm hoping that the footage comes out okay with the other bass chasing the one I'd hurt. I've seen that with mullet before, not with bass. So just casting in this little bay bit now. funny, you sort of lose track of the horizon when a big swell comes in, then it just reappears again. That's how choppy it seems to be today. Big bit of swell. All this white water here, all this little bit of chop, bass are going to be in there. I'd like to think they are. I might have been super lucky with that fish that I just ran the lure straight past his nose and he took it. As this water is, for Jersey standards, it's a bit churned up. So guys, finished with that little cove now. I'm gonna make my way round to the next one. Hopefully it's a similar situation where I can pick up a fish. Got to remember it is February, still winter. There's a chance it's going to be absolutely dead. But so far so good. Just going to have to take it easy coming around here because it is absolutely mental. Huge wave coming, huge swell coming in now, huge swell. Wow, Jesus. Mental. This is pretty big today. It's coming back. So I'm going to try and avoid that bit as best I can. I think this next bay might be a write-off. Big wave coming now. Oh. Need to get out of here, I think. Getting sandwiched by some waves. It's not good. GoPro span round. Yeah, I think I might actually call it because this isn't good. A bit too sketchy around here. It's a shame, but I don't think it's a good idea to stay out really. It's only going to get worse. I'll paddle back in anyway, and there's a couple of spots a little bit closer in that might offer a bass or two paddling back into the bay. So I'll check them out, they should be alright. And see what happens. So guys, just in this bit might be worth checking out. This is where we paddled past before when I was coming into that bay. You can see it's absolute carnage. I'm probably going to stay at about this distance, and off that reef then it's like a saddle, it dips down and then goes onto that, but it's all rock over that bit, so I'm going to try and chuck my softy through the middle of it, hoping that there's something maybe in and amongst that swell. I'm pretty happy I got one fish now, so try rod. right at the reef. Might get lucky. I can see the water's the tide's trying to drag me in front of this. Probably got one more cast, so I'm gonna move off again, and the sun's just coming out, so makes it look even more deceiving because it looks quite nice, but do not want to get sucked into there. Probably can't see now because of the glare of the sun. I might go around the other side of it. It looks pretty calm there. See if I can get any shade from that sun. You can see the head there, big old bugger. You can't see it when the waves are over it, and then when it draws out it just reappears again. You don't want to be sat on top of that. I think there's a couple more around here, so just trying to remember roughly where they are, so I don't end up on top of one. But I think at this sort of distance I'm alright. It looks pretty fishy here. You can see the waves. Absolute carnage today. Right in there. Oh, that is good. That's past the reef on the through the middle. I'm actually from here managing to get it just past that reef, so I'm still in casting distance and I'm a safe distance away from it. Right, I think what I'm going to do, I've tried that head, a couple of chucks over that head there, and nothing, not a sniff, not a bite. I think what I'm going to do is paddle back to the beach that I launched from, check out if it's okay to land, because this swell's picked up drastically. it back into Greve de Lec then. Came in on the slipway. It looked a little bit easier coming that way. Just had to avoid some of the swell coming off the broken part of the pier there. But made it back in, and with a fish to show for it as well for the video. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'm absolutely knackered now. But I hope you enjoyed that video. If you enjoyed the video, then hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That'd be much appreciated. Until the next video, until the next trip out on the kayak, tight lines, safe paddling, and I'll see you soon.